if you click this video, chances are you think you're addicted to social media. But if you're worried about that, I don't think that's something you should be worried about, because the fact that you're really watching this video shows that you're taking an active step in getting out of the loop and being consumed by it. And see, in the past month, I deleted my Instagram and TikTok, and I know that might not be the biggest scale. There's people who haven't used Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, and all the social media apps for like about a year now, and they're thriving in their lives. And there's people who use the apps and they're thriving in their lives as well. But for me, I found that using Instagram, using TikTok, it was preventing me from becoming who I really wanted to be. It was preventing me from chasing my dreams, going to the gym, talking to people. You know, it was slowly consuming me, and over time it was changing me, and it wasn't changing me to be someone who I really liked. And some of you watching on the other side of the screen may feel the same thing, and that's why I wanted to make this video today. And within the 1 month of deleting Instagram and TikTok, I found out that my conversations were more meaningful, my attention span was better, and over time I was just motivated to do certain things. Because you know, the thing with these apps is that they give you small, cheap dopamine. You know, it gives you dopamine that's not something that you worked for. You know, you want to have dopamine that makes you feel rewarded for what you do. Like, you know, when you go to the gym, when you go out for a hike with your friends, when you talk to people and you have really nice conversations, you know, that's the type of dopamine you're after. Even when you eat certain good food, that's why, you know, you're not supposed to eat junk, because it's cheap dopamine as well. But when you actually eat good food, when you cook, when you do so many things, that's how you gain dopamine. And social media is preventing you from gaining that dopamine, because it gives you such cheap dopamine, and by the time you actually want to start doing the things that you planned out to do. And for me, it was being charismatic. I really like talking to people and hearing their stories. But I always found that when I put my phone down and I wanted to listen to people, or I wanted to have conversations, I was tired, or I'd find myself zoning out, or I'd find myself not even caring about what they're saying. And I realized this is not me. This is not who I want to be. And I decided to leave the apps. But I come back gradually. One thing that I did is I set boundaries. You know, you don't necessarily have to quit social media, but you can set boundaries towards it. You can say, okay, maybe during the weekday I won't use my TikTok, then on the weekends I use TikTok. And for Instagram, maybe what I said was that for a whole month I won't use Instagram except once a month. Like, you know, one weekend I'm gonna download Instagram and I'm gonna socialize with people there and stuff like that, and it's gonna be nice. But a downside to that is that you may feel like you're losing relationships, because, you know, these platforms, you talk to people on Instagram and people who don't have your numbers, and even on TikTok, keeping streaks, you're scared you might break your streaks. But in reality, these people don't know you well enough, and if they know you well enough, they have your number, and if they don't have your number, it shows that they don't know you well enough. So you may feel like you're losing certain relationships, and that's because you are. And those who are for you are gonna stay, and those who are not for you, well, it just happens. That's how life goes. You know, we're always evolving, and time comes and time changes so many things. And the second thing is, social media is preventing you from doing well in school or achieving your goals. And if you feel the same way, then it probably means that something has to change. And that's not a bad thing. You know, many of you might be beating yourself up and you're like, oh, I'm bad at this, or the fact that I'm addicted is such a bad thing. But no, it's not really a bad thing. The fact that you're actually taking the effort to watch this video shows that you want to take control of your life. A way that you can take control of your life is by doing things that you love. You know, if you love skiing, go and ski. Like, find a place to ski, go and ski. If you like playing football, go and play football. If you like going out in nature, writing, journaling, painting, you know, whatever your hobbies are, pursue them to the fullest. You know, don't limit yourself. Don't let social media take away a piece of who you are, because every time you're scrolling, it's like you're giving a part of yourself away, because these things, they hook you. Like, you scroll one video and then you're like, okay, that's the last. Then you find yourself scrolling and scrolling and scrolling because it seems so interesting. And it's not your fault at the end of the day. That's how the apps are designed. And if you look at the people who designed the apps, they probably wouldn't let their kids use the app themselves, because they know how bad these things are for you. And I feel like as humans, we're not really told the negative effects of social media like that. You know, you just use it because the social media is nice. Of late, there's also been those AI videos coming up, which feel so engaging, so interesting to see different perspectives in another reality. You know, but these things are slowly consuming you. These things are slowly harming you, and that's not really good for you. And so, at some point in your life, you have to stop and be like, okay, if I feel like social media is consuming me, I'm gonna set a limit on it, and I'm gonna do point A, point B. I'm gonna reduce the screen time, or I'm gonna set boundaries on it. You know, you just can't stay in the same place forever. You always want to evolve as a person and be the best version of yourself. Who doesn't want to be the best version of themselves? You know, who doesn't want to see what they can become? And another benefit of quitting social media is the fact that you find you have more meaningful relationships with people. If you're someone who feels like you've been struggling to get deeper connection with people or just talk to people in general, you know, social media may have played a part in that. And once you delete social media, it's not like it's all gonna come now, you're gonna start talking to everyone, you're gonna feel things deeply. No, but over time you find that your attention span gets better and you focus in conversations, which means you're able to respond better, you know, and you start having more meaningful conversations with people. You start being more loving, you start being more kind, because your time and energy is not being consumed by things that don't matter, but now it's being consumed by things that matter, which are the people around you, and you're kinder, you're better, and you're just evolving. You start figuring out who you are. You start seeing like, I like this, I don't like this, I like art, I don't like music. You know, you start finding what's for you, what niche is for you, and you start becoming yourself. And another thing that social media does is it contributes to the identity crisis that we have going on in the world today. So many people, especially young people, feel like they don't know who they are. They don't know what they're doing with their lives, because maybe you open social media and you see someone, a 19-year-old just made $10K out of nowhere, and you're just there, just chilling, watching TikTok, and you feel like, oh, I'm such a loser, oh, I'm this. But most times, these things, it's not reality, you know. Yes, maybe there's some random 19-year-old out there with 10K and who's living their best life, but that's because it took time. All they're gonna show you is the end product. They're not gonna show you the effort, the time, the dedication it took to get there. And in the end, you're gonna start feeling unmotivated because you feel like you're not good enough. No, that's what social media does to you, and that's why I am a big advocate against it. That's why you should limit yourself to it, and over time you're gonna see how much it's gonna change your life. So if you learned anything new from this video, I'd like to ask you to subscribe. I want to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and I truly believe that it's possible. And if there's anything you want me to talk about or anything that I can improve on, please do let me know down in the comment section. And thank you so much for watching, and have a good one.